Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Woodville here in City Skylines. But today, guys, the expansions, they keep on continuing. And what we're going to be looking at today, most importantly, is the train lines. Now, in many of these series and episodes that we've been doing recently, whether it's in Woodville, Snowtown, or whatever it may be, I always seem to try and connect every single train line, wherever it goes, wherever it does, together. So I can create like a vast connected grid. Now, as good as that is, because it means if you get onto a train with cargo or passengers, you can get from point A to point B wherever you need to very, very easily. But it doesn't really work out so well. It's like funneling every single road onto one road. That single road is going to be overloaded with traffic, and that's kind of what I feel like I've been doing in my recent series. So I want to use Woodville as the marker point, the kind of test piece, the guinea pig for kind of having some train routes that are not connected to the main route and stuff like that, thus so I can ease the amount of train traffic on the lines and hopefully export and have more trains leave the region on these multiple lines. Hopefully that makes sense, right? You guys following me still? So guys, welcome back. If you are enjoying this series, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when that next episode does come out. But bam, shabam, wabam. We are back again. And what we're going to do is, first I want to show you right now. This is the kind of issue we have. And it's because pretty much every train line is all hooked up to the, together, and they're all trying to funnel out the one side, which is not a problem. But what I want to do is I want to make some of the routes get directed and not even be connected to that kind of system and go in other directions, if that makes sense. So, for example, right, we have a line that goes, where does it go? It comes from over here. Not many trains coming in and out of this, so I want to utilize that a little bit more. So what we do know is this these two over here come out this way, and they have the option to go left or right. Once this train has gone here, right, basically, I'm saying to it, well, actually, no, let me pause. Right, better idea, because it might bring imports in this way. So train line, I can make this be the one way. So let me upgrade that, flip it round. There we go. So all trains that export out have to then go in this direction, thus not cause any chaos or problems down the road down here. Now when it comes down from here, anything coming down or in has the option to go left or right here. Then we have this line that goes round, which connects down to here, which I'm also going to get rid of. Or I could use it to just solely import the goods. So if I get rid of this overpass right now. And what we're going to do here is we're only going to allow the train line. That feels a bit weird if I do it like that, doesn't it? Hold on. To go up this way. Now, would that work? It brings imports in, or I can... Nah, do you know what? I'm going to stick to my original plan. I'm going to get rid of it. This whole train line here. Because there's one point I'm saying, like, to have separate train lines, and then at in the same sentence, I'm also connecting routes up. So get rid of this, get it off there, comes around to here. I still got to sort this out, being on that. But that comes down to here. And that allows us to either go straight out or go in this direction. Now, at the minute, this comes all the way down here. It can spin around here and kind of connect to where it needs to go in that way. Comes through here and then tears through there and then goes left and right. So, first things first, I want to stop it from going left. Okay? Just bear with me on this one. Thus eliminating the need for for trains to go that way and export in that direction. Right, but it does mean that they can then potentially come down this way and then wiggle their way around this whole connection to go out that way. I know, it's still a big issue, but we're going to get that sorted. So if that can go there, which means it could go this way, then it would probably then go up around, going around there. Probably we'll just see what kind of happens. But then ultimately I want to get rid of this connection. So these have been good to us. They've been really good to us in the past. But I think that it's time for them to now go. Hasta la vista, baby. Which means that now this, if you're on this line here and you want to go out that side right now, technically you have to come all the way down here, all the way through, go to the right, then go to the left, then go all the way around. But at that point, it might be easier to export over here than going all the way around. But we'll see what happens and what comes from this. Now, I could kind of get rid of this little side connection here. But you know what? We'll do that too. Because there's no need for trains to come down here and then skedaddle that way. They come back round. Thus then eliminating the ability for the trains coming down this route here to go round. Because if they go down here, they're coming back round again. It makes no sense for them. So I kind of completely cancel out that whole notion of them able to do that. So then hopefully it will then filter out more trains going this way. Because, you know, that's how it works. Unless they're going to come down this way to go back through here to... I mean, I don't know if they could do it. Could they go down there? No. They could, but then again, they could all come down to here. Or go the whole way around to here. Cut through. Up there. And then go that. It's a long-winded process for them to do that. So I don't think they would. But we'll see what happens anyway. So... that is just a simple way in which we can kind of kill that system off. It'll take a while for them to update and realize what I've just done. And it'll probably take a while for me to understand in my head what have I just done. But I'm hoping that will then ship more cargo out. So rather than them all going in the same direction, I've split it up. So say half of these people right now came from this way. Now they've got to go a different way. So I'm getting twice as many trains out as we once was. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully. So, like I said, we're just going to give it a little bit of time to tick along. To get things rocking and rolling. I don't know how much it would change these exploitation areas. Because now they're considered different routes, shorter routes, or whatever it may be. But they're all going this way anyway. And a lot of them are coming down. Going to be exporting here, which is good to see. Some trains here coming all the way around. So this is now a train. So we got the opposite right now. While that's now dying down, we now got the traffic coming back this way. But what it could be is just the initial traffic redirecting. So all that traffic that we just told to now redirect itself, it's kind of caught up in a traffic jam as it's trying to redirect itself, pretty much. That's kind of the logistics of it, isn't it, in many ways. So we're just going to give it a little bit of time to tick along. That's all we've got to do. So it's all heading in one way anyway. So it's all coming out this way. So a lot of this here now is coming that way. It wants to pump up that way. I'm not sure where it's going to go, but it has the ability to do so. A lot of train traffic now coming out this way. I'm just trying to keep an eye on things and how they're rocking and rolling. But it's all moving. They just got to wait their time, patiently bide their time. But at the same time, the backlog here leading out is now literally to this point here. So we can have trains clearly exiting, which is good to see. Very good to see right now. And it's just waiting for these over here now to kind of take it in turns as they skedaddle and get out of here slowly, one by one. And it will be a hot minute before it's all updated and all fully functional. So have I messed up any of the train lines? No, I haven't, because that came down to here anyway, and that goes in that direction. So I haven't messed around with any of those. So that's good to see. It's good to see right now. I could also completely get rid of this. Get rid of this line, which means they can only go out in this region, this area. Which I'm just trying to also keep an eye on how many trains are heading out. There's 3 trains now heading out. So again, doing what they need to do. Great stuff. We've got a little bit of a death wave going on. But the issue seems to be this little junction here is why we're waiting for so many trains to kind of skedaddle out of here. But they keep pushing, they keep pursuing, they keep going in the right direction. They're rocking and rolling very slowly. And now we are moving. We are getting stuff going. So yeah, it is moving. It will take a few minutes to kind of sort itself out. The backlogs are all gone over there. They're going to be exporting in different routes. So hopefully we can now export just as, well, hopefully double, pretty much. So we have a little bit of a death wave going on right now, don't we? So death care. And that definitely is increasing. Get it? Definitely. Death care. And we get the better crematoriums as well. So better crematoriums. I know we've got 2 here. I'm going to throw one there just behind the parking areas just here, which is going to really increase my capacity. So now we still don't have enough capacity for the deceased right now. So we need to add in a whole lot more. I don't know where this death wave's come from either. I really don't know. So we have the hospital just here. And if I integrate this within, well, next to the hospital just there, next to the crematorium. Bit awkward. But there we go. There we go. I'm not sure how they're going to like having the crematorium right next to them. We have over here as well the recycling centres. Just because it's within the same vicinity, I'm going to place 2 there. And that is now a lot of capacity for vehicles and for the bodies to be collected. So we'll give that some time to now pass through. So the backlog of trains now coming out this way has completely gone. So it's now just letting all these guys purely funnel through. Which the little backlog coming around here has now completely died out. We still got a backlog of trains coming in. So we kind of flipped it on its head. But they will slowly start moving. Because we are pushing them all the way through. Which, that backlog is going to begin come over to here, create a backlog here. But we just got to give it time. Sweet, sweet time to get all the goods pretty much out. Now, I don't know if it will completely change some of the stations that people then drive to. Because obviously it's all determined on where the goods then go via train. I'm not too sure. I'm seeing a little bit more traffic driving around here than usual. Which can only be a good thing. Can only be a good thing right now. Trains are still ticking along. And where does this backlog start over here? So, oh, that's cleared because there was a little bit of backlog on that little section. It's actually all pushing itself and funneling through right now. So I ain't got nothing to worry about. Does that mean Woodville Link is making more money? 26,000 again. 41,000. Hello. Hello. What about Woodworks Corp? 2,000. It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but I think they're the ones that had the trains backed up the most because they had to wait for all this to clear before they can funnel all out. So again, give it a little bit more time. We should see some big boy monies coming in. Hopefully, anyway. So yeah, that's now all pushing through. It will slowly sort itself out. We got a little bit of gems here, there, and everywhere. But that's to be expected. As this traffic then reaches this point, it's going to be expected. We just got to wait until it's all clear. All that backlog's now gone. The backlog is now here. That is almost gone, boys. Oh, damn. It's exciting, isn't it? It really is. But for how long will that uphold itself, and where would we then potentially see new train traffic appear? I don't know. I don't know. Also, I've just realised, where is my real-time mod? Has my real-time mod just, like, literally disappeared? Excuse me! Real-time mod! How have I only just noticed that? It's complete. And I have enabled it. Because I always make sure I do it before I load up the game. Is it just not working today? You might be having a moment. Maybe that's why I'm able to solve the train traffic. Ooh, that'll be interesting next episode when we enable the real. Well, I say enable the real-time mod. If I can get it up and working again, that'll be, that'll be kind of interesting. But yeah, we can now see the train traffic. Bit funky some of these turns, but that's all set up perfectly. Where it's spaced out wonderfully. They just got to wait their turn to skedaddle. So train traffic is all cleared now. It's just up to this point. And it might back up again right now as it goes through this whole little system. But it shouldn't take too long to kind of to get rocking and rolling. It's just a lot of traffic. So is there any ways in which we can improve this system? That's what we got to think of next. Still trains and stuff coming out of here, which is all good, and planes coming out. This comes down to there. Now, we have an exploitation area just there. What if I got rid of this connection to here to create this additional line? So I do apologise for all the trains that are now affected. But these guys are now hooked onto this line. that becomes a big straight through line. And they can still go down there and connect to here. They'll just kind of connect underground after going through this part. And I can kind of see that being an issue right now just because we have cargo trains coming from this station. It's going to be a big little issue for us, so I'll keep an eye on that. But that is now all cleared. See how this now all goes. And just ultimately see what happens. So trains are passing through anyway, so we ain't got to worry about that too much. I think we're going to pretty much have it. I think we pretty much got it, and it's not going to be an issue anymore. We'll just see what happens in the long run. That's all we can do. See what happens in the long run. But this death care is not looking too good, is it? More death is happening. Average health is 61. Do we have pollution going on? Ground pollution, drinking water. That's all fine. So, like, where's this death wave all of a sudden come from? Oh, do you reckon it's because I don't have the real-time mod enabled? I have it enabled. Why do I keep saying that? Right, hold on, guys. Hold on. We're going to save the game. I'm going to reload it and make sure it works. So I just went back to the main menu to check what mods I had installed. It was freaking installed. It was fine. It was enabled. I loaded the game back up and now it's working. Is City Skylines okay today? I don't know. But that might have caused a little bit of a death wave because rather than it being on the real-time mod and everyone has like their, you know, everyone's life is dependent on that mod, I get rid of it, then everyone's like, oh, yeah, now I die. I think that's what's happening. Which now might also have an effect on the train line, but I don't see why it should. But you never know. You never know. We'll see. We'll also need to see what happens anyway. So I want to take a look at this road at the back anyway that we added in recently. And I want to see if I can create a connection that kind of goes up to this area. Now, a really good one would be this road leading up to the roundabout. That would be a nice little through road. And currently it's being treated as an exit road. So if I use the 4-lane road that we've got here to kind of come off. Now I brought it to the very end just here. I'll sort out what happens after this point momentarily. But I think it'd be quite cool to add in a little connection going over. I don't know if it would be useful for anybody. I don't know. But it'll be interesting. It would be very interesting. So let's see what we can kind of come up with anyway. So it's going to come over and it's going to come down. And I think what I'll do for now is just create a simple T-junction. Not the best way to go about doing this, but at the same time, if I go by 15 by 10, at the same time, there's not really much traffic to kind of hinder us or get us in the way. So, right. So if I brought that to, so 13, and then bring that down to 0 up here. Right, it's going to be 1, and then we'll connect like normal. So a bit funky, bit bumpy, bit bouncy. I can sort that out right now. I haven't used this method in a while, so let's see if this will work. So go to there. Will it now align? Oh yeah, boys. Look at all the death in the background. Oh my goodness me. Right, there we go. So would this work? I don't know. Has this traffic just appeared out of nowhere? Guys, for real right now. Has this traffic just literally appeared out of nowhere? What in the world? Hold on. So let me go back to sorting this out. So there we go. Well, bam, well, bam, well, bam, well, bam, well, bam. And give it a minute or two. Now, this might not be the perfect location for this monorail stop right now. It could be something I have to push up a little bit further. But I know there's vehicles heading out, and that's not to say that that is, you know, a preferred route or anything like that. It's just because they got caught up in the monstrosity that we created. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, that little connection's there. So, it might be useful for some peeps. I just don't know if it's going to be. And if it becomes a little bit too mental, too bit chaotic, this junction, I guess stick a roundabout on it and whatnot and set some proper little slip roads or whatever it may be. It ain't the end of the world. But it could be useful for some peeps. Now, I don't know whether going round here then up is quicker than going through here and up to say like the Robin Hood area. I'm not 100% sure. But it would be nice to create some additional entrances. So what if I did create like an additional entrance? I mean, look at the amount of people walking around here. It does feel kind of ridiculous, like OTT. But I wonder. I've always wondered that if I created like an additional entrance. So if I was to go to the zoning side of things and to zone a little bit more of our park area, and let's say we zoned it down to here, and I did something around this kind of point. So coming off this, and this is probably going to be the completely wrong thing to do, but I'm going to come off here right now and just go across, right? And we're going to drop then on a nature reserve a little bit of a side entrance just here. From that, we're then going to have to try and elevate this now all the way up. So if I go by 10 there, it's staying up by 10. Staying up, well, it doesn't need to stay up by 10 there. It can actually come down to earth. Like that. And then we have a little bit of a more solid entrance point. Now, if that becomes very busy as well, that's going to be quite exciting for us. And we're going to have to then sort something out. So I'm going to use this as a test point. It won't stay here. It's just going to be a nice little tester to see what we can do and if we can ease the amount of traffic coming in over here right now. Because it is literally so freaking ridiculous. I have thought about getting rid of that, but I did try it like off camera. And it just pushes them over to this one. And then pushes them over to this one. So it's just one of those things. Just one of those things. I could create a path down here for an entrance there, but it'll just kind of cause a load of issues in this area. And we don't really want it. So yeah. Well, there's a lot more vehicles exporting over here right now, isn't there? That's interesting. I can see there's a big pile up right now. And yeah, cargo trains are coming through this, and I don't really want them to. Which is kind of annoying, but that is something to be... You know, it's something we should have expected, getting rid of like this kind of system. But from the most part, that train traffic has come back. Of course it has. Oh, man. Of course it's come back. Of course it's come back. See, now does that mean it's the real-time mod that's kind of throwing us off? Could be. It could be right now. So I know that this train line here, or this system, is not on that to kind of lead out, because they've got to go all the way around the long way. No, they can't even go that way, you know, actually. They can't even go that way. These are all coming through here. So it's interesting. It's definitely interesting to how it kind of works. There's a lot of vehicles now coming through here. It's a weird one. I don't think the game even knows what's going down anymore. But does anybody want to come over to here? Oh, one person's just walked out. Anyone walking down the stairs? There's another person there. Nope, there's some more people. Okay, it's definitely useful for some peeps. It's definitely useful for some peeps. This road is definitely useful for some peeps too. So whether or not that's going to change things in the long run, I don't know. But it's beneficial for some. It's beneficial for some. And that's all we care about. That's all we seem to care about. I don't even know anymore, guys. I literally do not even... This... I mean, it's hard enough to sometimes get your brain around the logic of City Skylines. Then throw something on top of it like the real-time mod. Then try and get your head around it. But this backlog is not even that bad anymore. I have reduced where trains can pretty much head out. Trains still come around there. I could literally get rid of all of this section here, so they've all got to export up through this train line all the way over to... Where is it gone? Down to here. That's always an option for us. But this middle bit right now, what I've kind of created, this monstrosity, that ain't looking too good. So you can't Now, I'm going to ask this question, guys. Can you create or have a rail line that's only for passengers and only for... or only for cargo? Does like that kind of mod exist? I'm just going to throw that there so the cargo trains can bypass the passenger line. Does that kind of mod exist right now? I would like to know. I would quite like to know. But it has caused something stirring up right now, because now we're not having, well, some areas are having exports in greater fashion. It's like they no longer want to export, say, for here. They'd rather go to there. Which again is very interesting. And what else I could do is kind of kill off this line here. Now if I killed off that strip there, it means that these guys here that would come down here and then straight through, it won't work out for them as much. So I'm going to take a risk here, guys, and get rid of that line there. So it means they often them around here, and they can't really connect up to there, but trains coming in. We'll have to export in other areas or whatnot, or go around this way. And then we'll have more, we should have more trains coming in from this way to get to them stuff. So this is all just testing, and because it's the real-time mod, we have to then wait for like the next day to actually see these improvements come to hand. But this is going to change the game big time. This really should change the game big time right now. Because now ultimately I'm just throwing train traffic all over the place. And as of right now, it kind of doesn't really make sense. So that shall be interesting. So with the death care side of things then, yeah, we're sorting out all those dead bodies right now. They're all now eventually going. Woodville Inc. 13,000, not looking too good. But again, you got to remember, it's like 3 o'clock on Sunday morning in game time. So nothing's really going to be happening. So all the trains now heading down there. Slowly going to start moving. Slowly going to push it all through. Which is then, it's going to then completely change, because there's no longer a backlog here, where the vehicles want to export to and from. It's going to completely change that all over again. Now, how are we doing over here then? We're okay. We seem to be still okay over there right now. A few vehicles coming through this part here. That backlog's going to be cleared. And we have all the trains coming down here. Which we've got plenty of room to maneuver them, which is sweet. That backlog ends just there. Now, if this one is not the one that solves it, then I'm out of answers. I'm just going to pretend I ignore it. That's what I'm going to do. Nah, I can't do that. We got to fix it. But I feel like it's not too shabby right now. It ain't too shabby. It ain't too shabby. Just got to wait for the death care to finish and finalise itself. We've also got to wait until it becomes, like, you know, a rush hour. And then we can ultimately see how much traffic we got flying around us. Trains are moving. Which is good to see. But do they lead to anywhere else? Got trains going around the back end of it all now. Which is pretty good. Oh, I have a sneaky suspicion. Hang on. Where are you going? You're going to over there. Okay, you're going not the way I thought you were going. Are they now coming down here to go around here to come back down so they can come back down this way to then go that way to lead out? Do you reckon that's what they're doing? Oh my goodness me. Don't tell me that's what they're doing right now. Why do they have that preferred route? Right, you're not doing what I think you're doing. No, you're not a cargo. No, you're not doing it. But then again, you could have come from, like, say, over here. So, that train that I seen first. If that's what they're going to be doing, that's hilarious. That would be so hilarious. But I like to think it's not doing that. I like to think it's not doing that right now. Just darting around. I know I've thrown traffic over here on this side. But it should be all good. And be able to toot on through. More vehicles are coming into over these sides than normal. So that's good. And it'd be good to get like a little connection to there as well using this. That would be pretty handy. And at the same time maybe doing one here too. Yeah. Plenty of options. We got plenty of options on what we could potentially do and what we could potentially get set up. Lots of vehicles coming through this little wiggly junction. It ain't bad. It ain't good. But it ain't bad, is what I'm trying to say. But at least we have these alternative routes up and running. Trains all coming through here and utilising all this, which is good. So, at the minute, we don't have the huge backlogs that we once had. We've kind of spread them out. This is now all pretty much clear. But we have now kind of just spread them out as much as possible. So, try and fast forward a little bit. It's not really going to help us much. It will be, some kind of a help. Lots more vehicles driving around, which is good to see. It's really good to see more vehicles driving around. I'm quite happy about that. Because it shows that they're now driving to other alternative depots to get rid of the goods. Yeah, looking good. This is still a little bit busy on this side, but this is a stop that's always been busy. It's just one of those things. So I could sort all this traffic out anyway by doing larger roads and multiple turning lanes and stuff like that. I ain't got to worry about that at the minute. Because I'm just trying to keep an eye as the rush hour now begins. Also, we're going to have that moment where it is a Sunday. Everyone's going to go to the nature reserve again. And I'm not saying that, this is going to make a difference, but we might get a few vehicles that use that. I don't know who's going to use it, but, the options are there. This has worked wonders. I haven't had any issues with this at the minute. Trains are coming through there just fine. I think it's been fine. From what I've seen kind of exporting right now, it's been kind of okay. Woodworks 300. Them exports are pretty low, but it has been midnight. When everyone should have been asleep. That's pretty decent though. 21,000. Honestly, I can't trust the game anymore. I can't get my head around it. But I think we'll try and pull it aside for now. And we'll go back for infrastructure and growing Woodville next episode. But for now, I'm going to kind of leave it. I'm going to leave it because it's just a headache that just keeps on coming and coming and coming. And I need to get away from it. So for now, guys, we're going to end today's episode. I hope you did enjoy it. If you got any ideas or tips on what I could do to maybe improve it, please let me know in the comment section down below. I think we have semi-sorted it. There's only so much I can do. And we do have a lot of trains. So we're going to have traffic here, there and everywhere. But as long as we can export more and more of it, then I'm kind of happy with it. So we'll kind of end today then with 29,000 coming out of Woodville Inc. 2,000 coming out of Woodworks Corp. At 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning. 6,000 now. So do you know what? I think it's okay. I think it will be okay. But only time will tell. Until next time, guys. I'll see you all soon. So, good.